All right, so here's Hashcat. Now Hashcat is the professional hash cracking tool, and the latest version connects to multiple GPUs and all that to make it really fast. But the old version will run in a virtual machine with just one processor, so it's not going to set any speed records, but you can learn how to use the tool. And I put an old version of the tool available on my website for that reason. So you just get it with wget and unpack it with 7z. And I've done that here. Now I'm using a Debian machine. You really need a Linux machine for this. And what I'm using is a headless virtual Debian, so I'm running a headless version of Debian here. You can use any version you like, but I prefer headless servers. The only thing, and I don't type into the console here to get work done, I just SSH in. So I find its IP address with IP space A, and then connect with SSH the same way you would for, let me just get out of here, the same way you would for a cloud server. And so let me get my command line here. Okay, and now clear. All right, and so you SSH in with the username and your IP address. Now the machine I'm using is one I put here. If you don't have a Debian machine, then just do this one. Here you can just download a pre-made Debian machine from these guys. It's the easiest way to get a Linux machine locally if you have VirtualBox or VMware. And so I just SSH in. The username and password are both Debian. I could change them, but I haven't bothered. And now I've downloaded Hashcat, put it here. Whoa, well I thought I had. All right. It's up here, all right. And there we are, here's the Hashcat. So there's a 32-bit and 64-bit version. And I'm going to use the 64-bit version. I have a 64-bit machine. So it's Hashcat CLI 64 binary, and I can do -V to see the version number just to show it works. And I think it's got a help page. Yeah, there's a help page with a lot of information about it. It knows many kinds of hashes, and it can crack them. So the first thing we're going to do is crack a hash on this Linux machine. So I do sudo add user Jose, and now I give it a password of PASSWORD, and I don't care about the name and all this. Alright, so now I've created a new user. Now I can view the hash with sudo tail /shadow. These show the last two records of the shadow file, which is where passwords are stored on Linux. This mess here is the password. Now, I expected it to be $6. That's what it was in earlier versions of Linux. Now it's $Y, and that may cause trouble going ahead. Let's see what happens here. $Y tells it how many rounds of hashing to do, I think. The next thing after the dollars is the salt. The salt is a 16-character random value that's added to the password before hashing it. And after that, all the rest of this, to the colon, is the base 64 version of the hash, which is done with 5,000 rounds of SHA-512. And you can see that here. There's a file called etc login.defs, and that defines how it's going to hash it. And you see 5,000 rounds here is what it's using. And the encrypt method is SHA-512. Alright, so now we can make a hash file. This will make a file containing just the one hash we want to crack, and we'll see if Hashcat can figure it out. I think, alright, there's the file with just Jose's line. I'm a little worried about that $Y though. We'll see if I've got an answer here. Alright, so now I download a word list from, again, from some website where there's an example dictionary. I probably have already got wget on this machine. Let me see. I do. All right. So I just need to wget the dictionary and then look at this head and tail of it. All right, there it goes. And so it starts with 000 and it ends with ZZZ, so it's an alphabetical word list. All right, and password is in there. Yep, various versions of password are in there, including the one I actually used. All right. And there's a lot of words in there. You can see how many there are with WC minus L. 128,000 words and change. All right, now here is where Unix type 6 password hashes are M1800, and that's not true anymore. So Hashcat minus H pipe more. Let's see if we can find out Unix type Y password hashes. Oh yes. I need the minus H. All right. Hash type, that's what I wonder. There's a list of hash types down here. Okay, those are output files. Attack mode. Okay, here's the hash types. And it was 1800 is SHA-512 Unix. Well, I'm skeptical about cracking a type Y hash with this technique. I'm going to try it. Let's find out. I don't think we need sudo. But I do need to change the start of this. So the right Hashcat. All right. And then this stuff, we'll try to crack it as an M1800. All right. Let's get rid of force. It doesn't like that. Signature unmatched. Yep. Okay. Well, let me try and figure out how to deal with this. Hashcat $Y$. Example hashes. Yeah, the $Y$ prefix, this is it. Yep, Kali Linux, that's right. It is a yes crypt hash and isn't supported for Hashcat yet. That's the problem. Okay, so we can't crack them. So we just have to skip that part. I will give you a hash to crack. So let me generate the hash. We're going to need it for this project. Generate password hashes. There's a command for that in Linux. If you're looking to generate the hash, yeah, here's what we'll have to do this to generate the old style hash we can crack. Yeah, open SSL, okay. Yep, that should do it, password. And, all right, and I'm going to generate password hashes type 6. All right, there we go. Make password. Okay, let's try this. Make password. Okay, there we are. All right. Let's try this one. This might do, and I'll add this to the project if it works. Okay, so this, make password, and it's password and salt. Make password not found. Okay, sudo apt install make password. Nope, okay. Oh, it's whois. Sudo apt install whois. All right, fine. Sudo apt install whois. All right. Now I should be able to run that make password. All right, I can. Good. Salt. There. Okay, there's a password hash to crack. So let's put that in the file. It was, what's the name of the file we're trying to put the passwords in? It was there. Crack1.hash, okay? Okay. All right, if I put in that stuff, now if I run that hashcat command, let's see if it works. Activating quick digest. I think this means it's running. Yep, it's running. All hashes have been recovered. It found one. And where did it put the answer? All right. Back to the instructions. It should find the password and stop, but it doesn't seem to print out the answer. This is a problem with a lot of these password cracking things. They hide the answer somewhere. And it didn't used to. Remove. Found one, yeah. Just there ought to be some way to make it display on the screen. It used to display on the screen, and I'm using the same version, but somehow it after a few minutes it will find the it'll find the password and stop. No, it doesn't print that stuff. I'm just a little, all right, let's try this. Yep, okay. This is just very strange that using the same version of the thing I used before, it hides things where you can't find them. Anyway, found, you say. Yep, they're found one.txt. All right. Yeah, okay, it puts it at the end. All right, fair enough, it's in found. Okay, so I'm going to have to add that to the project. I will do that right after making this video. So that's the first one. So anyway, now that you've done that, there are other things to crack here in the right format. Brute force dictionary attack, you need to know the hash type and salt. Well, it is a brute force dictionary attack, yeah, and you do need to know the hash type and salt, that's right. Well, the salt is included in the hash. All right, so anyway, here's another one to crack. You download these, they're in the right format, and you can crack them, and there's more to be cracked. And then here's Windows NTLM hashes, which are important to understand. Windows NTLM hashes are extremely weak. Linux uses 5,000 iterations of SHA-512. Microsoft uses one pass of MD4, so it's literally 1,000,000 times weaker. Anyway, there's some password hashes to get there, and I'm going to modify this program to get past that bad part of the steps at the start. So I'm going to stop the recording.